Cody Rhodes turns heel, who is the best option to replace Triple H as head of creative. MJF addresses never getting a match with John Cena. Why AEW keeps bragging about Sports Illustrated awards, the Street Profits leaving WWE. The WWE officially removes Bianca Belair in a major update. CM Punk carries out a wholesome gender reveal. Liv Morgan slaps WWE star's backside. John Cena had heat with The Office. Seth Rollins is missing WWE WrestleMania 42. Let's dive right in. Who is the best option to replace Triple H as head of creative? WWE Hall of Famer. Triple H is the chief content officer and the main roster's head of creative. The Stamford-based promotion has received much heat in recent times for various reasons, including the booking decisions made by the Game and his team. Amid the chaos, there's been chatter among fans and pundits that Triple H might be replaced as WWE's head of creative after he seemingly fumbled John Cena's final match. Cena shockingly tapped out to Gunther at Saturday night's main event 42 in his last bout, and the move didn't sit well with several viewers. Let's explore 5 names who could be better options for WWE's head of creative than Triple H. Number 1, The Rock. The Rock is part of TKO's board of directors, the parent company of the Stamford-based promotion. He seemingly holds significant power in world wrestling entertainment. Every time the final boss appears on television, fans erupt. He was last seen on WWE television earlier this year at the Elimination Chamber 2025 Premium Live event. The Rock is a pro wrestling veteran and has been part of several blockbuster storylines in his career. He could be the ideal candidate to lead the company's creative team and usher in a new era. Number 2, WWE Hall of Famer, The Undertaker. The Undertaker retired from World Wrestling Entertainment in 2020. Despite hanging up his boots, the Phenom has been working with the sports entertainment juggernaut as an ambassador, making surprise appearances for the company and hosting shows. Currently, the dead man is leading the creative team of AAA, a WWE-owned wrestling promotion. Given the success he has experienced leading AAA creative and his pedigree as a performer, he could become World Wrestling Entertainment's head of creative. Number 3, Shane McMahon. Former chairman Vince McMahon's son, Shane McMahon, has been away from the company for a long time. His return to the Stamford-based promotion would be poetic. He has extensive experience working in backstage roles and is a respected name in the WWE locker room. Hence, he could be a great choice as the new head of creative for the main roster. Number 4, Paul Heyman, the Oracle. Paul Heyman is widely regarded as one of the greatest minds in pro wrestling. Over the years, he has made significant contributions to the creative team, delivering several major storylines in different eras. Heyman possesses every tool required to be the main roster's head of creative. Under his creative leadership, the company could produce some edgy and compelling storylines. Number 5, Stephanie McMahon, the billion-dollar princess. Stephanie McMahon has spent the majority of her life working for the World Wrestling Entertainment. Moreover, she was a major advocate for the women's revolution in the company. Stephanie was the interim chairwoman of WWE before she announced her exit. However, she still makes surprise appearances for the company and will be inducted into the Hall of Fame next year. Given her experience in the business and successful track record, she could become the promotion's head of creative. Under her leadership, the creative team could book women in more prominent programs. MJF addresses never getting a match with John Cena. For all of MJF's accomplishments, there's one match he already knows will never be checked off his list, and it's one that clearly still sticks with him. During his appearance on Mostly Sports, MJF was asked directly whether it bothers him that he'll never share a ring with John Cena. Unlike most of the interview, this wasn't bravado or trash talk. It was one of the more straightforward answers he gave all day. When the question came up, MJF didn't hesitate. Yes, absolutely. I think that there is a different world where that match would have happened. Unfortunately, it's not this one. MJF then explained that the disappointment isn't rooted in storyline fantasy, but in reality. Timing, company lines, and Cena's transition away from full-time wrestling have all but closed the door on the possibility. Still, MJF made it clear there's no bitterness towards Cena, only respect. I've had so many incredible run-ins with John where we've shot the sod. He's an incredible guy. He watches our product. He's seen my stuff. He was very complimentary. Obviously, I'm super complimentary to him. The conversation then shifted to why that missed opportunity matters so much. MJF admitted Cena wasn't just a peer. He was the wrestler who inspired him long before he ever stepped into a ring. I've said it before in other interviews, but before CM Punk, my favorite wrestler growing up as a kid was John Cena. That admiration wasn't abstract either. MJF painted a vivid picture of what that fandom looked like. He was a fathead on my wall in my bedroom. So I'd wake up, salute the OG, and then get ready for school. When the host joked about how that visual landed, MJF clarified, "It's not weird when you're 7. For someone who has built his reputation on ego and control, this was a rare acknowledgement of something he can't force into existence. No promo, no title reign, no leverage, changes the reality that MJF versus John Cena will never happen, and that might be the one win he'll never get." Back in September 2025, MJF and longtime AEW personality Alicia Atout officially tied the knot, taking their relationship to the next level after going public in late 2023. MJF has provided a brutally honest update on married life, and revealed that he made sure to protect himself financially before saying "I do." During an interview on Mostly Sports on December 27, 2025, MJF was asked directly how married life has been treating him. True to form, he didn't hold back. You know what? Exceptional. He immediately doubled down with a line that made the host laugh, "I get to have sex with her whenever I want." When the host joked that this hadn't been his own experience with marriage, MJF explained that things were still early, but very calculated. "So, I'm not even a year in yet, so I don't know if that's the cheat code or what. If it changes, I'm getting a divorce. But as of right now, things are great." That's when MJF casually dropped the detail that stood out the most. "And also, I'm smart. Obviously, we did the prenup, so that's fine." He continued leaning into his trademark sarcasm while describing their home life. "She walks the dog, she cleans the cat's litter, she cooks, she cleans." MJF then added one more jab for comedic effect. "She's also, just so everybody knows, she's Canadian." After the host reacted with an "oh boy," MJF followed up, "I know. So that's the only downside." The exchange escalated when the host joked about Canadian divorce laws, prompting MJF to fire back with another intentionally outrageous line. No, I think she's illiterate. I don't even think she was able to read the prenup. But it's just the fact that she's Canadian sometimes really bums me the F out." The host then joked about his own marriage, saying, "I'm from Mississippi. I married an illiterate woman myself," which led MJF to cap the exchange with, "Yeah, well, it would take one to know one, right?" Why AEW keeps bragging about Sports Illustrated awards. During a recent episode of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer peeled back the curtain on what's really going on. Fans have noticed that AEW programming, especially World's End, has been loaded with references dedicated to the Sports Illustrated awards. Whether it's Tony Khan repeating accolades or on-screen graphics constantly reminding viewers, the message is being blasted loud and clear. But this isn't just pride, it's strategic. Meltzer says AEW is trying to flip the script on a brutal past year and change the way fans and media view the company. They're probably a year late on this, Meltzer explained. "They really should have done this a year ago, but they are doing a tremendous job of essentially trying to, I think, reverse that negativity that really plagued them badly in, I think, late 2023, throughout a lot of 2024. The perception AEW was trying to overcome, that it was a loser company run by someone in over their head. So AEW turned the Sports Illustrated Awards into a full-blown brand rehab campaign. There was always that theme of, this is a loser company, and they're losing all this money, and they're run by somebody incompetent," Meltzer said. That perception was really killing them. On every single show, they had a freaking video package of the Sports Illustrated Awards. Tony Khan during the show, they talked about it at the press conference again. They are just going on this, these awards are over and over. And it's not just pride, they're using the SI name to signal importance. According to Meltzer, AEW couldn't make that kind of claim last year, even if they wanted to. They should, tell everyone like, Sports Illustrated sounds important. And it's like, we won awards. So it's the message they needed to send. They really couldn't do it last year, because last year they were splitting awards. This year they're gonna win, at least in the Sports Illustrated Awards, they won a lot. AEW knows exactly what it's doing, and Meltzer admitted the plan is working. And how much is AEW leaning on the awards? Meltzer didn't hold back. You can see it, they are so into this idea of the awards, but it's the perception turnaround they're into. We had a great year, we had the biggest shows, we had the best wrestlers, we had the best matches. They have talked about those awards. I know those awards by heart now, because they keep saying them over and over and over again. Every single one of those awards and who won them, it's crazy. Not crazy. Actually, I think it's smart, but boy, are they into those awards. This is more than chest thumping. It's a calculated attempt to reshape AEW's reputation heading into 2026. AEW is betting that by drenching its product in praise, it can shake the stench of past backstage drama, ratings slumps, and credibility hits. It's working overtime to remind fans and the industry that it's still in the fight. The Street Profits leaving WWE? The Street Profits have not been quite active on WWE TV over the past few months, leaving room for a number of storylines getting paused, thanks to the company's developments on other stories. While SmackDown returns to their 3-hour format from next week, giving a chance to the company to showcase more talent every week, the former tag team champion's future still seems uncertain. Recently, reports of the SmackDown duo nearing their exit from the company have been circulating all around the internet. While the duo is undoubtedly one of the biggest names in the tag team division of the company today, their absence has left fans believing that the stars are reportedly set to leave the company. Responding to a post from One Stop Wrestling on Facebook, Fightful's Sean Ross Sapp reacted to the rumors of the stars leaving. The veteran journalist killed the rumors of their exit, stating that this is misinformation and that there were no indications of the Prophet leaving the company once their contracts expired. The Street Profits contracts are set to lapse in early 2026, and it would be interesting to see what they have planned ahead of the new year. With the Blue brand returning to its 3-hour format, the Street Profits could be up to get back into the tag team title picture once again, with some major duos possibly set to get involved. Potential big storylines before getting involved in the title picture could further enhance their credibility and give them the momentum they need to get back into the spotlight. With a lot of possibilities set for now, fans will have to wait and see what WWE has in store for the stars next. The WWE officially removes Bianca Belair in a major update. Bianca Belair's ongoing absence continues to worry the WWE universe. An update has emerged on her status with the company, and it's going to disappoint some fans. The EST of WWE had a forgettable year, as she spent the majority of her time on the sidelines due to a serious injury. She last wrestled at WrestleMania 41, where she broke her knuckle joint during a triple-threat Women's World Championship match featuring Sky and Rhea Ripley. Belair made a one-off return at Evolution, but in a non-wrestling role. She served as the special guest referee for the match between Jade Cargill and Naomi. The 36-year-old 26-year-old SmackDown superstar hasn't been seen on TV ever since, and it's claimed that she was getting her finger fixed through surgery. Amidst her absence, WWE removed her from the Superstars banner along with other wrestlers. There's no word yet on Bianca Belair's return. Interestingly, she has been featured in the new Netflix commercial named Your Future is on Its Way. Liv Morgan, who made her return at Survivor Series, War Games, has also been featured in the video. With the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia fast approaching, it will be interesting to see if the EST of WWE could make it in time for the biggest event of the year. Her removal from the Superstars banner casts doubt on her future. Whether Triple H has removed her from future creative plans remains to be seen. Bianca Belair has a ready-made feud waiting for her against Jade Cargill, who turned heel to capture the Women's Championship. Should the EST win the 2026 Royal Rumble, fans could see a highly anticipated clash between the two former tag team partners at WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas. CM Punk carries out a wholesome gender reveal. WWE World Heavyweight Champion CM Punk recently pulled off a wholesome act during the company's latest live event in Tampa. The Second City Saint was in action on the show. The TKO-led promotion is currently on its live holiday tour. Some of the biggest wrestling stars were in action during the latest house show in Tampa, including CM Punk, Gunther, Liv Morgan, and Jey Uso. The best in the world locked horns with Division's Bronson Reed for the World Heavyweight Championship. Both stars put on an incredible display of action inside the ring, and for the most part, it was a back-and-forth affair. At one point in the bout, Punk even paid tribute to John Cena by hitting his opponent with the five-knuckle shuffle. Despite Reed having backup from Braun Breaker, the Second City Saint ultimately emerged victorious. During the show, CM Punk also carried out a wholesome gender reveal for a fan. WWE's official X handle uploaded a clip from the Tampa Live event, in which a couple can be seen holding a sign up for Punk, asking him to reveal their baby's gender. Punk happily obliged and got everyone excited in the arena for the reveal with drum rolls. After revealing that it was a baby girl, he congratulated the couple. "We have a couple over here who asked me to do their baby's gender reveal. So, in the spirit of being a good-natured human being, I'll oblige. I mean, who wrote this? The grandma? Oh, okay. Joshua, you scared me. I asked him who wrote the note, and he said the mom, and I was like, wait a second? So the grandma would have known for some reason the World Heavyweight Champion is doing a gender reveal. Can I get a drum roll, please? It is a baby. Girl. There you go. Congratulations," Punk said. During a recent edition of Keeping It 100, Disco Inferno gave his thoughts on CM Punk after a fan claimed that the star doesn't draw as a champion. The wrestling veteran highlighted that Punk was the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion because of his microphone and in-ring abilities. Inferno added that he believed the Second City Saint was an excellent professional wrestler, and he had zero problems with Punk being a champion. "I like Punk. He's the world champion because he cuts an excellent promo and knows how to sell his matches. He goes out there and wrestles a very logical WWE-style match. He's an excellent professional wrestler. I have zero problems with him. He's over. Just look at his numbers. You can knock him for the UFC stuff, but beyond that, all the metrics on this guy are really good." It remains to be seen what the Triple H-led creative team has planned for CM Punk's future as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Liv Morgan slaps WWE stars back. The former WWE Women's World Champion, Liv Morgan, shocked the world with her return at Survivor Series, War Games 2025, where she recreated John Cena's heel turn on the Cenation leader and helped her kayfabe boyfriend, Dominic Mysterio, recapture the Intercontinental Champion, beating the Icon. The Miracle Kid is back on the hunt. She has been breaking the internet once again after slapping a fellow Raw female stars. Morgan competed first ever singles match at WWE's live show in Tampa since returning to the Stamford-based promotion. Liv clashed with the inaugural Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria and captured a big win, connecting with her signature, the Oblivion. However, the bout between the Miracle Kid and the Bird Lady has gone viral on social media, as during the bout Morgan spanked Lyra's leaving fans in the arena in stitches. The Miracle Kid may climb the ladder back to the top of the Monday Night Raw Women's division and announce herself early for the Women's Traditional Royal Rumble 2026 Premium Live event to earn her shot. Morgan could seize the historic win at the Royal Rumble and punch her ticket to the Showcase of Immortals and headline WrestleMania 42, vowing to recapture the Women's World Championship. The storyline would be perfect if Raquel Rodriguez captures the strap next week on Monday Night Raw, beating the current title holder Stephanie Baker and Nikki Bella. That said, it will be interesting to see what plans Triple H and his WWE creative team have in store for the Miracle Kid and the entire Judgment Day faction as the Stamford-based promotion heads closer to the near future and kicks off the road to WrestleMania. John Cena had heat with The Office. John Cena's last match in WWE against Gunther is still a hot topic in the wrestling world. The 17-time WWE champion losing his last match, and that too by tapping out, hasn't gone down well with his fans. And not just the fans, even wrestling veterans have strong views regarding the finish to Cena's last bout. Renowned Mexican wrestler Conan has expressed strong views against John Cena losing his last match. While speaking at Keeping It 100 official podcast recently, the 61-year-old veteran said that the way the company booked Cena's retirement tour was like he had with The Office. The way they booked him, it's almost like he had heat, right, with The Office. Number one. Number two, look at all the business he did with them. You know, his last time Boston, his last time in Boston, Madison Square Garden, everywhere was sold out. out, you know. And if you went there, it's almost like they got cute. Conan said that Triple H's creative team could have done a million things with Gunther without having to sacrifice Cena. Nobody expected him to lose the last 3 matches, especially the last one. It's his last match, bro. Let him go out with respect. You don't do that for somebody who did so much for your business, Conan said. The wrestling veteran also criticized Cena's promos as a heel, saying that there was no originality in those promos, and we have heard those promos from other people in the past. He stated that getting John Cena to lose the last 3 matches of his retirement tour wasn't a wise move. Seth Rollins is missing WWE WrestleMania 42. Former WWE World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins sustained an unfortunate injury earlier this year at Crown Jewel Perth Premium Live event, while competing in a high-stakes champion versus champion match against Cody Rhodes. Rollins has said that he is pushing hard to return before WWE WrestleMania 42 and possibly needs another 3 or 4 months for his return, which puts him right in the Mania picture. However, a recent report by the Wrestling Observer newsletter's Dave Meltzer suggested that the last time he'd asked about the Visionary being on the card, he was told the idea was still open, but it was far from a sure thing, which means Seth's status for the Showcase of the Immortals next year is still in jeopardy. Seth Rollins this week estimated being out 3 to 4 more months. WrestleMania is 3.5 months away. The last time I asked about Mania and Rollins, it was that the option was still open, but it was far from a sure thing, Meltzer said. Speaking in an interview on the podcast, More Stories, the Visionary opened up that Hall of Famer, the late Dusty Rhodes, had come up with the in-ring name he has been using in World Wrestling Entertainment, Seth Rollins. When I got signed, they were very much like, nope, you cannot be Tyler Black. You cannot be anything to do with that name. None of that, nada. We have to come up with a new name. I just had names on a list. Dusty Rhodes came up with it for me. I see it now, baby. I see it on the marquee. I see it at WrestleMania right now. It's Seth Rollins. That's it. It's done, Rollins said. That said, it will be interesting to see whether the Visionary returns to the Stamford-based promotion before WWE WrestleMania 42, beating all odds and shocking the world once again. Only time will tell. The Visionary also addressed meeting his biological father. The star revealed that while he had heard stories of his biological father from his mother, he had never spoken to him until recently. The former WWE champion further added that until his half-sister contacted him, he had never known his biological father. He also revealed that while he had spoken to his father over a call, he doesn't desire to meet him. Around 2019, I took a 23andMe test just for fun. I never knew my biological dad. My mom got pregnant in 1985, moved back to Iowa, and married Ron Lopez. He's my dad, who I call my dad, but I never met my biological father. He didn't want anything to do with me or my mom or the family. Real stand-up guy. She messaged me like what the hell, who's your dad? I saw her last name and immediately knew. Because my mom had told me the story, I was like, uh-oh, I think I'm your half-brother. I still haven't met him. I've talked to him, but honestly, I don't really have any desire to, he said. Cody Rhodes turns heel. It has been widely speculated that Cody Rhodes could be turning heel based on some of his actions toward Drew McIntyre. A WWE legend believes Rhodes going to the dark side and becoming a villain will likely happen, and no one will be surprised. The name in question is Eric Bischoff. While there's no denying that the American Nightmare is still one of the most popular WWE stars today, some of his actions are not typically made by babyfaces. He hit SmackDown general manager Nick Aldis last Friday during his confrontation with McIntyre, though it may have been an accident or due to his emotions. Nevertheless, WWE Hall of Famer Eric Bischoff thinks Cody Rhodes is finally turning heel for the first time since returning to the company. Bischoff predicted on his 83 Weeks podcast that it's going to happen in 2026, but he prefers it to have a deeper meaning and not just to create buzz. I don't think anybody's going to be surprised if and when that happens because that's the natural evolution of a character and the length of time before something significant happens to hit the refresh button. I really like a slow build. I want somebody to get me really sucked into the story before that happens, and I think it's time for Cody, Bischoff said. It will be interesting to see if Cody Rhodes remains a babyface after he goes through 3 stages of hell against Drew McIntyre on January 9th. Eric Bischoff wasn't the only WWE legend to discuss the possibility of Cody Rhodes turning heel. On a recent episode of Busted Open, Mark Henry showed his fear of Drew McIntyre doing just enough to make Rhodes do sinister things and finally become a villain. If Cody don't find his own identity soon, we might lose Cody to the dark side. I know that everybody says that there's some bad guy in everybody, and I truly do believe that. I truly believe there is a monster in everybody. How you bring it out is to continue to allow Drew McIntyre to antagonize the dark side, Henry said. Rhodes has been WWE's biggest babyface over the past 3 years, but is it now time for him to become the biggest heel in the company?